Okay, let's take a look at the market. Today we'll look at the weekly, the daily, and the trade of the day. Looking like we got a little curl over happening here. And a little divergence dot on the weekly chart. What do you know? So could be temporarily losing a little steam in the weekly chart. Okay, sitting way up here at 80, but it's backed off a little bit, right? Because it was up here, way up here at 88. What was that, last week? Yep, last week was 88, now we're at 80. Okay, we're here. MACD still looks pretty strong, so we could get a pullback and then a boom, that's possible. But we're gonna let this play out, let it tell us rather than just guessing at everything. We want to forecast like we got going on here. Let me get the daily chart over to the weekly here. Could be beginning to see a little bit of a hint that this January 14th cycle low on the weekly chart is going to happen. A little early to tell, but looks like it might just maybe starting to take shape here to come down into this cycle low, okay? So that's that. Big Daddy's curling over too, also has divergence on it, so that's pretty significant. You start seeing divergence on both of these. Okay, see back over here, you had divergence, the run up, divergence, right? And it eventually gave it up after about 4 or 5 weeks, and it started coming down. Right, divergence over here, but we didn't get it here. Okay, over here we had divergence, here you had divergence, market came down. Okay, so usually, but not always, but usually we start seeing divergence on both these indicators. Pretty good indication there might be a pullback going on. Okay, though I've seen it where you just get massive divergence on both these indicators, and the Federal Reserve is just printing money, and it's going to the moon because they're idiots and morons, and they just dump all kinds of currency into circulation and pretend like they're not the one that creates the problem. Right? Video for a different day. Okay, let's go look at the daily chart. Okay, daily chart. Here we are on the daily chart. Obviously, we had a big red candlestick today. The range, I think, was like 80 something. Yeah, 88 almost. Okay, looking at this range way over here. Obviously, futures have already started trading for tonight, going for tomorrow's session. But hover over that candlestick and we get 80, 87.5. Sorry, it moved on this a little bit right there, but 87.5. Okay, so we'll call it 88. So a pretty big down day. Big surprise, but as you're going to see on the trade of the day, wasn't too big of a surprise for my members. Stick around for that if you want to become a member. After the trade of the day, I'll show you how to do that. A lot of money was made today by quite a few members, so hang around for that. I think you're going to like it. Okay, down here, the universe indicator. What is going on with that? I talked about this for the last few days. What the heck was that all about? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Become a member, and I'll begin. You'll get the nightly emails, and you'll understand my thoughts on what's going on here. Why this big old spike? What the heck is going on there? Okay. SMI clearly rolling over way down here by 25. Look at this, all in one, like just one big fatal swoop. Big fatal, I like that word, like that fatal. It was 83 just yesterday. And then over here, was it higher? Yeah, at 86. Okay. Chugga, 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 chugga. Chugga lugga. Just start running out of gas here, probably is what we're seeing. Okay, up in this area. More divergence, massive divergence been going on for like, whatever. Massive divergence going on for like 2 or 3 weeks on the daily. Okay, anyway, that SMI looks like it really wants to give it up. We'll see how it goes. Because remember, back here, it looked like it wanted to give it up, and it just tracked sideways. So we got to be a little bit careful. Just because this pulls back doesn't always mean we're going to get a pullback in pricing, right? Okay, Big Daddy, again, also a big dive here. All of this kind of not too big of a surprise. I've been saying for the last week and a half that I thought pullback was imminent. Okay, so we'll see if it plays out as a true pullback, or is it just one red day and then off to the moon again? All right, let's take a look at the trade of the day. I think you're really going to like this. All right, so here we are on the 5-minute chart, and yesterday or last night, futures started right at this line and went all the way over to this line. That's one full day of futures trading from about 5 o'clock yesterday, right? Because futures opened 5 o'clock the night before. and runs this way, bop, 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 right? All through the night, into the morning. And then intraday is obviously right here, right? Okay, so let me zoom in. Just wanted to show you the context of what's going on here, right? Let's zoom in. Let's talk about the trade of the day here. A lot of money made today. Huge money. So overnight, you can see it's a flat line, right? Just look at this nonsense. Overnight, just sitting up here at the 48.20 line. All night, little dippy do. And it got to 40.30, 48.30, just basically staying within this 10 or 20 point range, like nothing going on the whole night, even pre-market, and then a little bounce here on the opening, but nothing too big, just whatever, right? Just more inching up. Your typical inch forward and upward whenever you have this kind of bullish kind of stuff going on. Not that there isn't money to be made on bull markets, because there is. Okay, so here we go. Right here, this is at 1:15 Texas time. This is the 5-minute chart. I told my members, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I said, if you don't see a Get Us Plus indicators coming up on the streaming charts, because they get the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1-hour streaming charts, then just keep trading long. Keep your position small. In my opinion, it's a good idea because the market is really overheated. So you don't want to get caught out with a big position. Of course, the members are going to do what they think is best for their own trading, but that's just my opinion that I gave them, right? So keep the position small. The market's overheated. If you're not seeing Get Us Plus indicators on the streaming charts, because we didn't see them for a few days, that means the trend is really strong going to the moon. So don't be afraid to trade, but just be smart and get ready, to mitigate any losses quickly or any bad positions quickly. In other words, you might have to cut them loose really fast if things start turning, right? And it's good in that situation, keep your position small, because you can make some steady profit, but not get caught out and smashing your account, right? Okay, so with all that being said, this came in at 1:15 today. I saw some Get Us Plus alerts happening this morning and kind of pre-market. I think one showed up on the 15-minute chart, maybe, or the 5-minute chart, and then I think it was a 15-minute chart. And I recognized, okay, there might be a behavior change in the market. And I conveyed that to the members. So at 1:15 today, what happened? We get this indication from the Get Us Plus indicator, my own logic, my own indicator, that there might be a trade here. What happens? There ain't just might be a trade. There ain't no might be about it. I mean, it's the only Get Us Plus indication on the whole doggone chart, right? Over here is 9:30 this morning, 10 o'clock, you can see down here, right? Market's chugging along. It was just track. It did the typical little bounce at like 8:30, quarter to 9, my time. Or not, I'm sorry, 8:30, quarter to 9 be East Coast time, but like 9:30 my time. It kind of does this little bouncy bounce. Well, sorry, vice versa, whatever. 8:30 my time, 9:30 New York time. I always get it backwards. But in any case, I saw the little bounce that's been kind of the pattern going on the last few days. And I said to the members on the chat, on the Discord server, where all the membership services take place, I said to them, we got this pattern going on. You get this bounce for the first, 45 minutes to an hour, and then it chops sideways for like 3 or 4 hours, 2, 3, 4 hours, and late morning and early afternoon, it just chops sideways, and then something happens in the afternoon. That's been like the same pattern over and over and over for this, as it crawls forward and upward, right? And then we get this 1:15 alert. Okay. And several members know what this means, that there's probably a trade there. And of course, they're doing their own due diligence, looking at their own charts, doing their own thing. But several of them took a short side trade because they had a sense, based on what I've been saying in the emails, based on the streaming charts, based on the Get Us Plus indicator, the other indicators that are on the streaming charts like you're seeing here, as well as their own analysis, right? They're throwing it all together. And I know more than one member made a short side trade today, and they made some really nice money. Okay, it's really that simple. Now, I'm not saying that every Get Us Plus indication that comes up is an automatic trade, but it helps guide trades, right? It helps guide the members in taking a position, right? And just like I'm doing the trade of the day right now, a lot of them have seen these videos 4 days a week, because I always put up videos Monday through Thursday, and I almost always, without fail, do the trade of the day. It'd be rare to not do it. So they have a sense about how I see the market through my own analysis and this service I put up because, well, I've had some successful trading, and like I've been saying, I turned it into a business. So here it is. Okay, so, why take the trade? I mean, it's kind of down here, right? It's looking kind of down here. And, do you really want to take a short side trade? Well, the MACD was crossing over and it was beginning to widen. Okay. Plus, everybody could see this thing was just chopping sideways for like 24 hours or longer, just sitting there chopping, going nowhere. So, you don't always, how do I say it? Sometimes you got to break the rules a little bit, right? So even though this wasn't way up here elevated, doesn't mean you don't take the short side trade when this comes up. Because in this case, it just chopped sideways for like, all through the night. It barely bounced in the morning. Okay, that's all the signs of an exhausted market, right? The members know that. At least some of them do. And I had more than one person tell me they made a lot of money today, so that's really great. I'm really happy to hear the members taking advantage of the service, of the Get Us Plus alert. Of course, like I said, they're mixing in their own analysis. That's awesome. They need to do their own thing. Okay, and they're taking advantage of it. Big money today. All right, so that's the trade of the day. And just moving forward for the members, I'm keeping a real close eye on the hourly chart for the cycles because they might need to be adjusted. Right, today was a pretty big event day, so I'll keep an eye on that. The chart might need, the hourly cycles may need to be moved around just a little bit, but I'm not going to touch them just yet because I need a little time to see how this thing's going to play out. And then I'll make an adjustment if necessary. Right, so you want to become a member. That's awesome. In the description below this video, you're going to see some instructions. Make sure you read those instructions very carefully so you don't have any problems joining, okay? Once you're done doing that, you click on the link. It's going to bring you over to Get a Server. Then you click on Server Shop. It's going to take you to this page right here. $7.99 a month. All right. I'm not going to mention any names, but I had a member today that trades the E-micros. More than one member trades the E-micro futures. And they probably made, several members made probably, I don't know, more than a year, maybe 2-3 years worth of membership in one trade today. Literally. Now, I'm not promising you're going to do that if you join as a member, because it has a lot to do with your maturity level, has a lot to do with your account size, how patient you are, whether or not you're willing to take the time to learn how to use the service. As you saw today in the trade of the day, there's a Get Us Plus indicator, which you're going to get on the streaming charts. I'll talk about that in a second here. You also get the cycles on both the daily and the nightly email, and you also get the cycle analysis or cycles drawn on the hourly chart, which is super helpful. Okay, so if you're going to join, I would say be patient. Invest in yourself a little bit. Maybe pay for 2 or 3 months. Don't trade for even a few weeks. Right? Don't be in a hurry. This isn't lotto. This isn't all in poker. You want to become a good trader, it takes a little time. You need to learn how to use the service. Okay, and definitely you want to be watching the trade of the day and the videos Monday through Thursday, so it helps you understand at least my thoughts and my opinions about how I see the market and how it might benefit you. Okay, let's talk about what comes in the service. Well, first of all, you get the streaming charts, which is down here. So once you join, you can click on S&P 500 stream. You're going to get the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 1-hour chart. And on there, just like you saw for the trade of the day, is the Get Us Plus indicator on the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1 hour. All 3 streaming charts, because we look at multiple charts here, multiple time frames. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm always aware on any given day or at any given moment, weekly, daily, 1 hour, 15-minute, 5-minute charts. I always have that. The weekly and daily is always in the back of my mind. I review them every day. And then the hour, the 15-minute, the 5-minute chart, I'm looking at them in my office. I just keep an eye on them all the time. Okay, you have to learn how to trade on multiple time frames. Use multiple time frames to be more specific to make a trade. The trade could happen on the 1-hour chart, could happen on the 15-minute chart, the 5-minute chart, but you're going to use all these charts collectively, and you're going to learn that with the service slowly if you take your time. And you'll learn how to use multiple time frames to really zero in on the trade, okay? So anyway, back to what you get with the service, you get the streaming charts, okay? And whenever that Get Us Plus indicator indicates that there might be a trade, it sends an alert over to this channel right here, the S&P 500 alerts channel. So you just right click on this channel right here, and then you'll see in there it says notifications. You just click notifications on and you get notified. Now this app is where all the services take place for the members. Okay, everything on here from all these channels, streaming charts and everything else is included in the membership. Okay. I talked about the nightly email. So if you're going to join and you want to get the nightly email, put your email address right here in the emails only channel on the Discord server, and you'll get the S&P 500 chart attached to the email to you, sent out to you every night. And I usually put a few sentences in there what I think the market's going to do. Okay. in addition to the streaming charts and alerts for that, we also have alerts, but these don't have streaming charts, but they do have alerts for if you're going to trade maybe futures for gold, crude oil. Top 30 stocks for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are in this channel here. Okay, these are very optionable, right? Top 30 stocks and NASDAQ and S&P 500 obviously trade a lot of options, right? So that's what that is. And then the daily only alerts would be any of these symbols in this channel, top 30 stocks. If they have a daily alert, where they get this plus alert, it'll go into this channel because some people want to do more like a swing trade type of thing. So I created this channel for that, okay? Premium symbols, there's up to 4 files worth of symbols in this channel. They get generated every day. There's futures in there. There's optionable stocks in there. There's industries in there. There might be some shorts, symbols that look like they're getting ready to be shorted. So anywhere from 2 to 4 files, depending on what the market are in there. So really take advantage of that channel because you might get some pretty good symbols to trade, okay? If you want to trade something in addition to the S&P 500. Now, clearly, some members are trading S&P 500. They're trading as options. Some are trading the futures, okay? All right. Currency, sometimes I trade currency, usually the futures. I don't really do much Forex, but I do trade the futures on this. This would be like the euro dollar, the Japanese yen, the Aussie dollar, maybe the British pound. So sometimes if I trade that, I'll put that in there. I don't trade the futures, currency futures too often, but if I do, it'll be in there. Okay, I talked about the emails. Fixed income, since we have a lot of inflation right now, there's some corporate bonds that I do purchase from time to time. If I think there's a deal and I'm buying something, corporate bonds, I'll put it in here. Plus, there's some CD rates in there and some really good savings accounts that are still turning out 5%. So if you want to get access to that, that's in that channel. And then just general chat goes into SP 500 and the member chat. If you have a support issue for email specifically, then put it in this channel. All other support, put it in the member chat, okay, in this one. And then plus you can just regular chat, normal. It's not just support, but you can just chat in there if members want to chat. A lot of members chat in this channel. And then also the S&P 500, people just chatting in there about obviously the S&P 500 and other things. And then this is the only channel that's public. And then there's just like a hi, welcome to the server kind of thing. There's no services in there. Okay. And the last thing I want to talk about is the rules. If you're going to join, or if you already joined, please read the rules. And here is the be nice to everybody else rules. The refund rules are in there. And there's a disclaimer in there that I'm not a financial advisor, that I only give my opinion. Okay, so you heard it here. You also read it at the beginning of the video. Okay. All right, that's it. Like I said, if you want to join, click on the link, come to get a server, click on server shop, come over to this page right here. $7.99, guys. I honestly believe if you're patient and learn the service, the membership's going to pay for itself. This is coin, right? This is just coin. Okay. If you're really patient, this is going to be not even an issue. All right. That's it for now. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.